Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the new promo cards. I'm going to talk about Rebellion news. It's going to be a briefer video because I'm pretty exhausted. We're celebrating Thanksgiving in Canada today, and that means got up early, cooked all day, cleaned all day, entertained all day. So I'm a little tired, but we're going to get into it because the town hall came out and this was cool. I'm going to talk specifically about the new promo cards that are coming with the first 500,000 packs that are being sold. I'm going to talk specifically about the new abilities with the one monster. I'm excited about this. This is, like I've been saying for weeks, this is going to be meta changing. I didn't know what the abilities would be. I knew there would be new abilities. I didn't know what the cards would be. I knew they'd be amazing and game changing. I knew this set would be totally different than anything we've seen before, and I'm excited for it. So let's talk more about it. First and foremost, we'll pull up the blog post. We'll see the artwork. So this is the artwork on the screen here. We've got Mantaroth, the legendary. You see the gold gem indicates legendary. Triangle blue indicates rare. Promo card. This is very interesting to me. I don't want to focus on this one, but this is very interesting. 6 mana for what this looks like it will be. Like very beefy with this 3 armor, 10 hit points. The immunity, the void, and the shield. That's a lot of resiliency with a lot of hit points and the self-repair potentiality. Plus, we know weapons trainers can partner with this sort of card quite easily. I'm still a bit confused as to how to read this card style. This is neutral. Yep, I see it now. It's neutral because of that indicator. I was thinking it was water, and that was interesting, but neutral is even better, right? More versatile. I don't want to focus on Grimbarden. This is the less I don't want to say important. It's going to be the more common reward card that you get. For every 10 Rebellion booster packs purchased during the pre-sale, including bonus packs available, with bulk purchases, players will receive 1 Grimbarden. So that's this guy, the rare. Each Grimbarden, and 4% chance to be in gold foil. And if you have 250 booster packs purchased during the pre-sale, you will get a gold foil. But Mantaroth is where I want to focus for the rest of the video. And interestingly, you know, because it's legendary, it's going to have a 1% chance of receiving a Mantaroth. So on top of your Grimbarden payouts, right, you're going to get those Grimbardens based on the numbers I just showed you. But on top of that, every single Rebellion booster pack will give you a purchase during the pre-sale, which is the first 500 of those packs, will have a 1% chance of receiving a Mantaroth neutral legendary card. And this card looks amazing. It's got new abilities. We're going to touch on that in a second. Players will be guaranteed to receive at least 1 Mantaroth for every 100 Rebellion packs they purchase, and at least 1 gold foil for each 2,500 booster packs. That's totally out of reach for me at this moment, unfortunately. Each Mantaroth card will also have a 4% chance of being gold foil. That would be wild. So you have a 1% chance to get one, and then you have a 4% chance that will turn into gold foil. This card looks awesome. That's what I want to focus on for the rest of the video. First of all, the artwork is on both of them is so clean. It's so professional. It's so, you know, fits in with what I already see Splinterlands being, but then it's like leveled up. That's how I see it. I love the background. It reminds me of what we saw at Splinterfest. I'm going to pull that up quickly. So on the screen, you see the Splinterfest artwork, and in it, you can see that very on-theme reflection that you see in the background there. It's got these lines that are changing in style, or sorry, color and tone, and the red fire card has like a slightly different vibe, but it's again very similar. It's got that two-tone thing happening in the back, which is totally new. I like it a lot. And if we scroll back to the blog post, there it is again. So these are both neutral. I'm looking forward to seeing if what we just saw from the old Splinterfest post there shows us that maybe fire has its own vibe, green has its own vibe, etc. I bet that is the way it will be. This will be neutral and others will look slightly different. That'll be one of the identifying markers, I bet. But man, the real joy of this card, I mean, like I say, art looks great, abilities look wild, both the common and the legendary. But where I get really excited is the new attack type. That's the crazy thing. I mean, the stats, the abilities are solid. I like these new bars. We haven't talked about those. That's going to make it much more easy, probably from a new player perspective, like how to determine like where you're at with this card. When that bar is at 3 notches full, you're a level 3 out of 4, right? You've got 5 BCX, is it? 6 BCX if you're here. And here you've got 3 BCX and 1 if you got that. with the legendaries, and it's different with commons, or rares. But man, shield is amazing with all these hit points. True Strike is great. We need more of those, especially from neutral. That's going to make, you know, cards like Kitty even less important, which has been one of the problems with Kitty. Like, it's awesome. We love it. It's moving into wild, and that's going to be one of the things that makes it sort of maybe less valuable, less important. It's really, really critical. Like, that card is, I'm playing in modern. It's so pivotal. It's so important. And it's so rare, and therefore it's nice that there's been more True Strikes coming elsewhere, especially in a neutral card. I really appreciate that. Yes, Kitty's moving to wild, but people play in wild, and so cards like this are going to be able to follow you into wild as well, and be that alternative if you can't access the Kitty. Not that this replaces a True Strike summoner, but as you get more and more True Strike monsters, of course it matters. Self-repair is so important when you got armor and you're going to be up in the front. Both these cards slower than usual, than maybe some of the more modern cards, like, you know, 4 speed almost feels like that was like medium speed now. But so 1 and 2 are definitely on the slow side, but there is absolutely a space for a slow card. I mean, reverse rule sets, you bring in your swiftness, you bring in, you know, whatever the case may be, blind, or, you know, melee from any position, you can slip a card like this in another spot and make it work. Blast is huge. This card looks like a beast, and add to all of that, it has this secondary attack type that's hidden here in the ability, and maybe you know about this, maybe you don't, but this is a whole new attack type. The name is probably listed below. We'll try to find it in a second, but just while I've got the card in here and on the screen, this is like a second melee attack, or it's a melee attack. It's conceivable your monster would have magic or archery, and then this ability also. And this is like an armor-based melee strike. And so if you have 4 armor, you will do 4 damage to your opponent. You can buff that by bringing Protect. There's certain cards, a lot of cards nowadays where there's Protect. Summoners drop armor. You can conceivably make this a huge, huge drop, right? 3 damage output plus the shielded archery damage, or sorry, like shield melee, and I was listening to Town Hall before I started recording this, and I want to show the clip where we hear Matt talking about this, because he seems excited about the new attack type. What's the name of it? I don't see it here. That's okay. Let's listen to the clip, and then we'll come back and we'll finish our thoughts.
The new abilities. So there's 4 new abilities. The first one we mentioned is featured on Mantaroth. The legendary promo card is Armored Strike, which is a unit with that ability gains an additional melee attack using its armor stat. So it's sort of like a new attack type in the game. I've been wanting to add a new attack type for a really long time, and I've had a whole bunch of different ideas, but none of them really fit. And we sort of added like no attack as more of an attack type recently when combined with the weapons training cards. But Armored Strike is an ability that sort of gives a new attack type. So it's a melee attack, but it's tied to the armor stat, which means it can go up and down as armor goes up and down, and you can combine it with Protect, or you can use Rust to try to, if you think your opponent's going to use it, to kind of and as the character gets hit with melee or ranged attack, and its armor goes down, its Armored Strike attack is also going to be reduced. So it's kind of an interesting, very like dynamic attack. You know, we really look forward to seeing it in play on Mantaroth and a few other cards in the set. The next new ability is Corrosive War.
I love how he said so much there. He said that we look forward to seeing it on Mantaroth and a few other cards. That's great. This is a new ability we're going to see at launch across multiple cards. I love what the clarification on how damage to the armor is going to reduce that, right? So it's going to be this variable output, whether you bring repairs and adequate repairs to hold it up so that it can do more damage. You can bring Protects to buff that up. One thing that he didn't clearly specify there, but I'm speculating is probably going to be true, is that I suspect we're talking about melee damage, meaning it is dodgeable. So, you might assume it's an ability, it will land, but also simultaneously, he has True Strike, so it will land. But if there is no True Strike and you have this ability, does this always land? Or is it a 50-50? Or is it, depends on speed? That's a dynamic I don't really know yet, but I would almost take it like a melee damage. And with the 2 speed, without the True Strike, you would have, your speed would be weighed against your opponents, etc. Flight, dodge, all that, blind, all those things will impact it. I'm pumped to see how this works. This is a whole new experience, a whole new way to, consider damage. And, it's just an expansion of the complexity of the game that I love. And I am pumped for these new promo cards. I don't know how much I'll be able to enjoy them. I'm still aiming for about 500 of these packs. Maybe I can get 1,000. It's really going to depend on some of my other crypto stuff, and that's not looking very good considering this sale is happening next week on the 18th, Tuesday the 18th. So happening soon, guys. If you are not excited, I don't think you're paying attention, because this is awesome. And there's so much more. That's Armored Strike, but there's Corrosive Ward, Flank, and Lookout. I'd love to talk more about these too, but frankly, I haven't even heard about it yet. I just literally watched that up to that part in the town hall, and I was like, this is so cool. I need to record a video. Let me know what you think about Armored Strike specifically. What do you think about these promo cards? Did these promo cards entice you into wanting more of those packs? Let me know in the comments below. Have an amazing day. God bless.